Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Bhavna Srivastava, the Golden Light, and we're talking about this is the second video on Om. So the first part I wanted to explain was that it's an ancient mantra, right? It's the vibration of the universe. Okay, now coming, why do we start and where do we start and how do we start? Okay. First part, anytime you want to get into that, that's why if you actually go back in time, you'll see so many people meditated on top of the mountain for this many days, or they did the yoga and all of that, right? Why? Because the yoga helps you open up every chakra and aligns, and they're anchoring the energy of that chakra, not just opening it up but also anchoring that energy so that that chakra spins in that. Okay, once they have done those exercise, I'm calling it stretching and exercises, through those poses that every chakra is opened, then they go into the meditative state after they've done the yoga. Okay, so people practiced in the ancient time, they practiced yoga for many years per chakra. So activating, like there used to be gurus, spiritual gurus, who you would go and practice with one chakra at a time. Okay, who were specialists on this chakra, this chakra, this chakra. So all 7 chakras. So you would learn how to open it, keep it, and anchor it and spin it properly. And then you would go into the meditation of each chakra and move the energy from the root to the sacral, front and back, and then to your solar plexus, okay? And then to the heart, front and back again, and then throat, front and back, and then third eye, front and back, and then Sahasrara, the crown chakra, okay? And then go up, and then also there's like 13 chakras. So then you connect with Mother Earth and you connect up higher. But in order for that to happen, so that's when first you've activated with each chakra mantra. So there's the 7 mantras, right? You work with those per chakra. Okay, first you do that. Then, if you wanted to take a shortcut, that's when people do is OM. OM. Okay, they don't remember all the chakras, the names, lam, wam, ram, yam, hum, which one is what, they get confused. So the simple way they said, because every chakra has the syllable om at the end, ram, okay, so you go with that part, which is the short form is om, om. Okay, so which is the basic, which you can use anytime you're sitting. You can just use that and it'll help you calm down and connect to yourself, right? But the next step, once you have activated all that chakra, then if you actually do this practice, as I'm saying it, first activate each one, okay, with their own chakra mantra. Then you practice each chakra after you've activated that with Om, O-M, okay? Then see how the energy flows, okay? You want to move the energy which is within you, which every person can do it. You do it and you move it within you, okay? And maybe I'll do a series and you can do that with me. And I like this, okay? So when we do that, you'll start to feel the energy moving. And then Om is that binder which moves it, right? Which moves from one here to here, here, here. So each chakra is connected to that, okay? But then if you want to, now you've done that, you've felt it, now you're like, okay, I want to do more. Okay, now you're going into like, I love this, I want more, right? When we go into that spirituality part where we are evolving, that's when you go into OHM. Om. Okay, so now you're pulling that vibration from down and pulling it up. Om. And then you go again. So it's Om. And then you pull it again. So you're moving that vibration. So from down to up. It's down to up. Okay, because the goal is to go up to connect with what is outside. The outside in the universe, the vibration is AUM, right? So now, once you've done that, now you want to go even more deeper. How do you do that? That's when you go into, you've cleared all of your chakras. You worked on that. That's why it takes years. It doesn't just be done, you know. Like when you come in and do work with me with the golden light healing, I'm able to open it up and clear it out for you. Or if you go to a Reiki practitioner, they can do it as well, you know, or other energy healing modalities. Or if you've been practicing yoga for some time, that can help you, right? But if you have not, I would not recommend. Okay. So those are the clear instructions, and do not do till you have cleared all your chakras. Okay. And an expert teacher who's worked on it for many years then takes them through it. If the teacher has not worked, she's just worked on her for a month with herself and then taking others, no, because then she's not able to handle somebody who, if has outburst, okay, of this trauma they're releasing, and they are having, at the same time they're having an experience, she will not know, she or he will not know how to handle and how to help that person go actually to the next level. But they will only help them, that person, they will be just a witness to that, and they'll be like, yay, you had an amazing breakthrough, but not realizing they had that. Now what? Because after that, they're going to be stuck in their life, because they actually did not have, they had the release, you know, they had that, but they did not go to their next level, because now they're just stuck in their own energy of that trauma, which went from outside here to here. Okay. And then they are sending this more out. And that's why sometimes when people go into spiritual or spirituality, they do all these things without the guidance of a proper teacher who knows the mantras and the vibration and what it actually stands for. They have, I won't call it like bad luck, but they attract a lot of negative energy and a lot of negativity towards them, and they get stuck in trauma and patterns, and then they pull themselves out of spirituality. Like, I don't want to go on this journey. I started one and it was not nice. Okay, so that is one of the big reasons why people go through something like that, because they haven't had a guidance, they haven't had a teacher who can guide them. So that is why I was pulled to do this. So just remember, if you have not worked with somebody who is helping you, and that cannot be cleared, you know, if the teacher has not worked on her or himself for years on that, they cannot clear anybody with that in one weekend. Okay? If they have worked on themselves with that, they know exactly what somebody is going through and how to clear their things, you know, and then take them through that. Okay? So once you've done that, and now you want to go, and this is the time where you would require a teacher. And you can come to me and I can definitely help you if you've done all of that work. I might say no if you've not done that work, that I will not help you till you've done all of this, please. Okay? Because I don't want to make your life feel bad. Like, oh, I went to you, and after I came to you, I have had so many wrong things happen to me. You know, I'm like just stuck and everything bad was happening, because I want to see first you're taken care of, right? So I'll focus on those before I take you to a higher vibration, right? So once all that is cleared, now you're pure light. You know, you are just light. You know, you are 7 colors and white light, and all that is flowing through you, and you've released the pain and you are feeling peaceful. That's when that's the next step. That is where the enlightenment comes in. Okay, that's the next stage of Now you are ready for enlightenment. This is where the monks, if you actually see, monks also take time, and in their monastery they're sitting every day in meditating. They're meditating on every chakra, they're meditating on the colors, they're meditating all of that. Again, that is to activate all of that, which is what Buddha did, which is what Jesus did, which is what so many teachers here did that on earth. Okay. And again, so then you start with the AUM. Now, AUM is the A is the creator's energy. This is where your creation starts. So the first chakra, second chakra, and third chakra are in the vibrations of, once you've created that, then that comes in AUM, where now you're bringing in the creator's energy into that space, and now you're starting to create something. What? To go to your next level, in where, and that is where Buddha was able to create so much, right? And Buddhism also came about because he was ready to create, and then once he received the enlightenment, right? But that's where this energy comes in. Then you go into the U, U is for you, I is for me, my, ah. So anytime you get hurt, you go, ah, right? So that is why it's like, ah. So we are creating, opening that creation energy. And then we go into the you, where I am in service to you. And that's where the you comes here in the heart energy. And when that comes in, and then you go to the everything is so that is where the comes in, the so and that's where your connection to your divine team, to your divine soul, to God, everything in you reach. And then when all of that energy connects together, it doesn't happen again in one time. When all of that energy, it takes time. When all of that connects together, that's when you go boom, you have a big enlightenment. You reach that. And how do I know that? Because I have done and gone through each and every stage, and I've seen the difference with each and every stage. I'm not just saying it for the heck of saying it. I have practiced it. I've practiced the 7 chakras. I've practiced the Om. I've practiced the OHM, Om. I've practiced Aum. Okay, so that is the most important part to understand. Okay, and that is why it takes years to master this and to reach that state of enlightenment. When I say I'm an enlightened soul, why? Because I have reached that state where I have connected with the divine, where I have done this practice, not just one time, many times. I've sat there many hours in there and received that. Okay, and so it is my humble request, don't start with that. Don't try to do reverse, because when you do anything reverse, you get stuck in that reverse mode. So that's why people go and they start and then they get sucked into, when you go up there and you don't have the grounding, you will be pulled into the black hole energy, right? Because now you're just floating, but any energy can come and get you. So the negative energy is like, yay, we got somebody. They're powerful. I'll get you. So that's when you start to connect with that part. But when you grow your roots and you're stronger, you know you're positive, you're already light, and you have the roots down, and then you're growing as a tree. Then you grow up your branches and your leaves and everything, and then you have the flower. And that's why that is what this tree of life is. We have to be like the tree of life. We cannot go reverse down, then there's nothing, right? The description, the root, the trunk, the branches, the flowers, and then the fruits. The fruits are that blissful feeling you have when you receive that, okay, which takes you to a whole different zone. So I hope you love that, and If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I will definitely help you. Namaste. Love you all.